Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving deep into West Africa's emerging markets,
Exciting stuff.
focusing on FMCG, telecom, and logistics.
Big sectors there.
We'll be guided by Sales Strategy in Emerging Markets by Olalekan Alimi.
Alimi. Over 20 years of experience in the region. This book's a gold mine.
It is practical advice, real-world examples,
A real roadmap.
and what a picture he paints of West Africa. Youthful population,
Yeah, expanding middle class,
rapid tech advancements,
huge potential.
and don't forget the African Continental Free Trade Area.
FCFTA, a game changer.
Absolutely, breaking down trade barriers.
Making it easier for businesses to operate across borders.
A single market across Africa. Imagine the possibilities.
Definitely, but Alimi doesn't shy away from the challenges either.
Right. Infrastructure deficits, regulatory hurdles.
And those currency fluctuations.
Always present.
Uses the Nigerian naira as an example.
Makes sense. It's been volatile,
Spooked investors.
leading to economic instability.
It's a tricky situation.
And then there are the ripple effects of a weak currency.
Oh, absolutely.
Alimi points out rising import costs, fueling inflation.
And ultimately hitting consumer spending power.
Tough cycle to break.
He also dives into the regulatory landscape.
Especially in Nigeria.
Yeah, he uses those local content laws as an example,
In oil, gas, ICT,
mandating foreign companies to use Nigerian resources.
it's meant to boost domestic industries.
But it does create hurdles for companies entering the market.
I can see that. So any strategies to navigate these complexities?
Absolutely. Alimi stresses understanding each market's nuances.
Adapting your strategies.
Exactly. And localization is key.
He uses that Coca-Cola example in China.
Brilliant. Their localized slogan resonated so well with consumers.
Showed the importance of cultural understanding,
He contrasts it with Starbucks in Australia.
where they didn't adapt.
Paid the price for it. A one-size-fits-all approach just won't work.
Especially in West Africa. So any specific strategies for companies?
Building strong local partnerships is crucial.
Makes sense.
And establishing reliable distribution channels.
Trust is paramount in West Africa.
Having those local connections is invaluable.
Like having a guide in unfamiliar territory.
And having boots on the ground.
Setting up a local presence.
Exactly. Navigating those regulatory hurdles, showing commitment.
Sending a powerful message in a region that values long-term relationships.
But what about technology? That seems like a game changer.
Especially with the infrastructure challenges.
Oh, things get really interesting. Alimi dedicates a whole chapter to it.
To the power of technology.
It's transformative.
So where's technology making the biggest difference?
Mobile technology, a vital tool for bridging gaps in telecom and logistics.
Especially in underserved regions.
Think mobile payment platforms, empowering small businesses,
Or digital tools revolutionizing agriculture.
leapfrogging those traditional infrastructure limitations.
And he talks about CRM tools like Salesforce.
Oh yeah, essential for managing those complex customer interactions.
And for streamlining processes, gaining those data-driven insights.
He gives an example of a Nigerian telecom company.
Using Salesforce to manage interactions across multiple languages.
And personalizing their offers led to much higher customer loyalty.
Technology helping businesses adapt, deliver tailored experiences.
And what about digital marketing?
Yeah, with such a young, digitally savvy population.
Alimi's all over it. West Africa is a mobile-first internet market.
Meaning businesses need to prioritize those digital strategies.
Ones that work on smartphones, cater to that younger audience.
So captivating visuals, concise messaging, user-friendly.
Oh, and that example of the Nigerian e-commerce platform.
Optimizing their Google ads with keywords in Yoruba and Hausa.
Huge jump in click-through rates.
It's all about meeting customers where they are, understanding their preferences.
Leveraging data, tailoring your message for impact.
And Alimi's a big believer in data analytics.
Absolutely, not just for marketing, but for understanding consumer behavior.
Predicting market trends.
Fascinating examples. A telecom company expanding into rural areas.
An FMCG company optimizing their distribution network.
Even a logistics firm reducing vehicle breakdowns.
All using data for smarter decisions, gaining that competitive edge.
It's a data-driven world.
We've covered so much, the potential, the challenges.
The FCFTA, localization, local partnerships, technology,
It's clear success in West Africa requires deep understanding,
a willingness to adapt.
a strategic embrace of technology.
But before we move on to specific strategies,
I'm curious about Alimi's take on sustainability.
corporate social responsibility.
It seems crucial in emerging markets.
It's important to him. His final chapter is dedicated to it,
Businesses creating value beyond profits.
addressing local needs, empowering communities.
Practice or practices.
He highlights MTN, a telecom company, as a great example.
Investing in education, healthcare, economic empowerment program.
A real commitment to the communities they operate in,
It's inspiring. Alimi believes businesses can be a force for good.
driving sustainable, inclusive growth.
So succeeding in West Africa requires a holistic approach,
Considering not just the bottom line,
but the social and environmental impact as well.
it's about the bigger picture.
Welcome back to our deep dive into West Africa's emerging markets. We've covered the potential, the challenges, but now let's get practical.
Yeah, how do you actually get into these markets?
Exactly. And Alimi lays out different market entry strategies,
Each with their pros and cons.
helping businesses make those tough decisions.
So much to consider.
So let's say you're a company looking to expand into West Africa. What are your options?
Well, Alimi starts with direct investment.
Setting up your own shop
Yeah, your subsidiary or branch in the market,
gives you lots of control
but it requires a lot of resources up front.
and higher risk.
It's a big commitment.
It's like planting your flags saying, we're here.
Exactly. Alimi says it's for companies with a long-term vision, the resources to match.
Makes sense. What about partnering with local businesses?
Partnerships. Leveraging their networks, market knowledge.
Sounds like a smart way to lower the risk.
He gives an example of an FMCG company partnering with local distributors,
To reach those rural markets in Ghana.
leveraging that local knowledge to overcome logistical hurdles.
So important when infrastructure is unpredictable.
Absolutely.
Any other strategies he discusses?
Joint ventures.
What's that?
Creating a new entity co-owned with a local partner.
Sharing the ownership.
Exactly. Effective in those heavily regulated industries.
Or markets that need that specialized local know-how.
You got it.
So it's finding that balance between control and local expertise.
You need both.
Does he have examples of successful joint ventures?
Airtel Africa, a major telecom player, has a few.
Expanding their reach.
Sharing risks, navigating those regulations.
So many different ways to enter the market.
It's a toolbox.
But how do you choose the right tool?
Olimi's got a framework for that. Assessing the market's potential
The company's goal.
and their risk tolerance.
No easy answers.
It's about aligning the strategy with your specific goals.
Once you've figured out your entry, you need to build a local sales team.
Oh, absolutely. Local talent is key.
People who understand the market.
They bring those insights, the cultural nuances that outsiders just don't have.
But how do you attract the best people in such competitive markets?
Olimi talks about crafting those compelling job descriptions,
Highlighting the growth potential.
the impact the company is making,
And appealing to their values.
and using diverse recruitment channels, not just the usual ones.
Tapping into universities, community groups.
Even trade unions,
Really immersing yourself in the community.
finding people who are passionate,
And what about training? Is it different in West Africa?
tailoring it to the local context is key.
Not just product knowledge.
It's about equipping them with the skills to thrive in that unique environment.
Understanding business etiquette, communication styles.
Even negotiation tactics.
It's a whole different ball game.
He suggests role-playing,
Like practicing real-life scenarios.
negotiating in those informal markets, resolving disputes.
Building that confidence.
Exactly.
And I imagine building a strong team culture is important too.
Especially in a region that values relationships.
It's about more than just work.
Alimi stresses a positive, supportive environment,
Happy employees are productive employees.
and they're more likely to stay with the company.
It's about investing in your people.
Creating a sense of belonging.
Now, I'm curious about his take on cultural sensitivity.
He really emphasizes that.
It came up in the first part of our deep dive.
It can make or break a business in West Africa.
So much diversity to navigate.
He shares a story about relationship building in Nigeria.
Deals aren't just about numbers.
It's about trust, personal
With
connections,
who you know.
neglecting that can lead to misunderstandings, missed opportunities,
He even gives an example of a sales professional losing a deal.
just because they didn't build a relationship with the decision maker.
Focused too much on the technical side.
Missed that human element.
So cultural awareness is as important as technical expertise.
Absolutely.
Any other advice on navigating those cultural waters?
Be a good listener, understand their needs, their concerns.
Find solutions that benefit everyone.
Win-win situations.
Makes sense. So it's about respect, adaptability.
Building genuine relationships.
Now, what about the practicalities? Managing pricing, negotiating deals?
In these dynamic markets.
Yeah,
That can be tricky.
Consumers are looking for value,
Price sensitivity is a big factor.
making pricing strategies tough.
It's a balancing act.
Competitive prices, but staying profitable.
Alimi cautions against just offering the lowest price,
A race to the bottom.
eroding those margins, devaluing your product.
So how do you compete without sacrificing profit?
He calls it strategic pricing,
Sounds fancy.
positioning your product as the best value,
Highlighting those unique benefits.
justifying that price tag.
Important in a price-conscious market.
He gives an example of a telecom company bundling their services.
Adding value.
They charged a premium, still attracted customers.
It's about the value you bring.
Not just the price.
What other pricing magic does he have?
Tiered pricing,
Different versions of your product at different price points.
reaching different customer segments.
Like a menu with options for everyone.
Exactly. Appealing to a wider range without devaluing your premium stuff.
And what about negotiating? Is it different in West Africa?
It's crucial, but it's a different game.
More than just presenting your case.
It's about those personal relationships, cultural understanding,
You have to play by the rules.
building rapport, understanding those unspoken rules.
It's more than just logic.
He talks about understanding power structures, navigating them respectfully.
It's not always about the person at the top.
You have to win over those influential figures at the community level.
So many layers.
And patience is key.
Negotiations take time.
Building trust takes time.
It's a long game.
He gives another example, an FMCG company entering Ghana's beverage market.
Competitive market.
They faced resistance from local distributors.
Not wanting to take a chance on a new brand.
Instead of pushing hard, they collaborated,
Worked with the distributors.
conducted market research together, offered incentives,
Gave them partners.
created a win-win,
A great example of collaboration.
and a commitment to building those mutually beneficial relationships.
It's about the long term.
Alimi emphasizes that throughout the book.
Success isn't about quick deals.
It's about those long-term partnerships, creating shared value,
Respecting local customs.
building trust and understanding.
This has been so insightful.
We've covered so much.
Market entry, building teams, cultural nuances, negotiation.
But there's more.
In part 3, we'll explore the role of technology.
CRM tools, digital marketing, data analytics,
And we'll delve into sustainability.
corporate social responsibility.
So stay tuned as we uncover even more about West Africa's emerging markets. Welcome back to our deep dive, everyone. We've explored those market entry strategies, the importance of local teams, and navigating the cultural landscape. Now, let's talk tech.
Technology. It's reshaping everything.
And Alimi doesn't disappoint. He really gets into how technology can be a game changer in West Africa.
He even acknowledges the unique challenges.
Like those fragmented customer bases, the fast-changing digital landscape.
It's a different ballgame in emerging markets.
So what are some of the key tools he recommends?
CRM tools are a big one. He really highlights Salesforce.
Salesforce, that's a big name.
It's a game changer, especially in West Africa. Imagine tracking every interaction with a customer,
Building that detailed history,
from the first contact to after-sales support.
creating a personalized experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He actually gives an example of a Nigerian telecom company.
Oh, tell me about it.
They were struggling to manage customer interactions across different languages.
Makes sense. So many languages in Nigeria.
They implemented Salesforce and not only streamlined their workflow, but also started personalizing offers.
Based on language preferences.
It led to a huge increase in customer loyalty.
That's incredible. Using technology to bridge those communication gaps.
It's all about connecting with customers on their terms.
And what about data analytics? It seems crucial for understanding the market.
Oh, Alimi's a big believer in data. He talks about using it to track sales performance
Identifying trends.
and making those data-driven decisions. No more relying on gut feeling.
A more strategic approach.
He shares a case study of a logistics company.
Okay, what were they struggling with?
Delivery delays, customer dissatisfaction, the usual headaches.
So how did data help?
They used it to track their operations, analyze those bottlenecks.
Finding the weak points?
By addressing them, they improved delivery times, kept their customers happy.
It's amazing what insights you can get from data.
It's like having a superpower.
Speaking of superpowers, let's talk about digital marketing.
Reaching those young, digitally savvy consumers.
West Africa seems like the perfect place for it.
Alimi agrees. He says businesses need to double down on their digital marketing efforts.
Especially with that mobile-first internet usage.
It's all about reaching customers where they are.
So optimizing for mobile, creating engaging content,
You highlight social media, SEO, email marketing.
even video marketing.
It's not enough to just be present, though.
You have to tailor your approach.
Understand the local digital landscape.
Like that e-commerce platform using Yoruba and Hausa keywords.
Exactly. It's about speaking their language.
And Alimi's all for using data analytics to personalize those marketing messages.
Imagine predicting what a customer wants before they even know it.
That's next level marketing.
He gives some examples. A telecom company using analytics to identify those underserved rural communities.
And then tailoring their campaigns.
Another company optimizing their distribution network.
Getting products to the right place at the right time.
Data can unlock so much potential.
It's all about anticipating needs, delivering that value.
It's the future of business.
Before we wrap up, let's talk about sustainability.
Corporate social responsibility.
Alimi's very passionate about it.
His final chapter is a call to action,
Businesses creating value beyond profits.
addressing those local needs, operating ethically.
And he highlights MTN, the telecom company,
They've invested heavily in education,
and
healthcare,
an economic empowerment program.
a real commitment to their communities.
So inspiring. And any advice for companies wanting to do the same?
Alimi says it's not about one-off initiatives.
It's got to be embedded in your business.
Aligning your goals with social and environmental objectives.
Creating that shared value.
Consumers becoming more aware.
They want to support responsible businesses.
It's not just ethical, it's good for the bottom line.
Well, this has been an incredible journey through West Africa's emerging markets.
So much to learn.
We've covered the challenges, the opportunities, the importance of local knowledge,
The power of technology.
and the importance of operating sustainably.
Alimi's book is a must-read for anyone looking to tap into this dynamic region.
It's a real roadmap to success.
Filled with practical advice and real-world examples.
Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today.
It's been my pleasure.
And to our listeners, we encourage you to pick up a copy of Sales Strategy in Emerging Markets.
It's a fantastic resource.
We hope this deep dive has inspired you to explore the incredible potential of West Africa.
It's a region full of opportunities.
Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.